All right, Virgo, here we go. May 2026. Let's cut the deck. Let's get your theme energy. Let's see where we're at here. Come on. Give me something. Oh, the Queen of Wands. Fakey McFakerman energy. We don't get that a lot anymore. I don't say that as often as I used to. What's fueling it? The Two of Swords. One more. And the Ace of Wands. One more. The Four of Swords, healing. One more. The Lovers. Yeah, I got that. I got someone showing up here. Someone showing up. It could be somebody you have a conflict with. Somebody's bringing peace. All right? But it's very self-serving. I won't lie to you. It's very... somebody's bringing peace. It's a Trojan horse energy. In other words, someone breaks bread with you, makes peace with you so they can get in your house, and then they steal shit, right? And then they leave. I mean, metaphorically speaking. Don't take me literally, right? But you catch my drift, right? It's a bit of that because I got fake ass fakey here. They want peace though. Okay, but it's just on the surface. All right, let's go. Let's see where we go here. I don't know. You've always got this. You've always got somebody at work trying to impress you, or somebody crushing on you, or something like that. I don't know. Slice number 6 of my 12-slice pie is a very strange slice of pizza. I'm going to tell you. I mean, if you ordered it with like 9 toppings, there's like 12 on this slice. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right, it's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Whenever you find it, hey, you're finding it now. It might not play out until June. Most of the time, like with weekly readings, the energies are setting up. So if we're pulling a monthly reading, the energies are setting up this month. Okay? Keep that in mind for other readers as well that you watch. I know y'all cheat on me. It's fine. I know about it. It's cool. We cool. We're fine. We got open relationship here. But cut them some slack, all right? The energies sometimes are just setting up. If you're watching a May reading, it probably more than likely plays out in the coming months. Anyway, it might play out this month. I don't know. I'm not a master of the universe, warlock on the hill, or Time Lord. I'm not any of those things. Bottom of the deck. The overall energy, we're going to pull a pyramid. How somebody feels about you is here. How they see you is here. What they think about when they think about you. And right here's the potential final outcome for you. I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. All right? And if I need to, I'll throw some universe cards at the end. I had to for Leo. Maybe I'll have to for you. I don't know. Page of Wands, overall energy, with a 9 of Pentacles. Again, somebody wants to get in your garden. This is like the peeping Tom little boy next door who wants to get in your pool, your backyard area. Says he's going to come and I'll trim your trees for you. I'll trim your bushes for you. Well, he's really just coming to look at your bush, right? Something along those fucking lines. I mean, it is. It feels. I don't know. Something feels off here, right? Don't let this little fucker into your garden. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Right? He's going to set up little hidden cameras while he's there, while he's trimming your privets. Right? Privet is a bush, just so you know. Okay, or whatever. Anyway, or a hedge, we should say. All right, how do they feel about, how does this little guy feel about you? Death card. No, they don't want you dead. Relax. What's here? I need more information. 6 of Pentacles. And what's red with death? The 4 of Pentacles. Somebody feels like if they're honest with you, you'll shut them down. Okay? Well, I mean, if this little fucker was coming in and told you the truth, I'm going to put some hidden cameras in your privet hedge, under the guise of trimming it for you. I'm going to point them right at your little pool because I know sometimes you lay out with, well, not much on, So put some hidden cameras over there. You'd probably shut that down. You're not looking to become a YouTube celebrity that way. But somebody feels like if they tell you the real reason, they feel like you'll shut them down. So somebody feels like they need to put on a show. A little bit. This is like my guy putting on a show here. He called the press to take this picture. He let the press know he was going to be giving some kids some coins and come take a picture. Got himself all primped up, got the hairy chest out, you know, that kind of a thing. Somebody putting on a show for you. Okay. And they feel like they have to. Otherwise, you'll shut it down. Now, this could very well just be someone who has a crush on you that's trying to impress you. Okay? Because they figure if they don't overdo it, you just ignore them. This could be somebody you ignore. You have no idea. You forget this person exists sometimes. I don't know. I have no idea. They are just a little guy. They are represented by a little page of wands here. Okay? How do they see you? What do they think about when they think about you? All right? It's the four cups. You don't notice this person. I'm just telling you, you don't. You don't notice them. They think you're apathetic towards them. They think you don't care. You don't know. So they got to do something big, grand, right? I don't know. Where does the truce come in here? I don't understand. Let's see where we go. What's here? The Five of Pentacles. Again, they think you don't notice them. They think you leave them out in the cold. They think, I don't know. I've got somebody showing up here. It's like a Trojan horse energy. Putting on a big show so they can get into your world. But I feel like when they get in there, there's a back-end revenge energy here. It hasn't shown up yet. I hope I'm wrong. Okay, I could be. I could have read the theme energy wrong. It's possible. I just don't think I did. I think think about the Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Just take a look at those two cards. All right? These are two things that really kind of piss people off a little bit. Not being noticed is something that pisses people off. And in an immature energy, it can lead to revenge, pettiness, right? Anybody, you see a grown-up that seeks revenge for everything or whatever, or is a petty person, they're really this. That's their energy. That's this person. They're a child. I don't think they're actually a child. Although it is possible, I have seen this where I've suspected when I picked up on somebody's energy or pulled on them that this is like if I'm pulling on a grown-up sometimes, or if I'm somebody's standing next to me and I'm trying to get some energy off of them, I sometimes think this is their first lifetime as a grown-up, like they never made it past a kid, which makes sense. In the old days, a lot of children did die. There was polio. There was all kinds of things that took kids very, very young ages. I mean, if you got a cold in Victorian times or a flu, you were pretty much a goner. I mean, there was a good chance you weren't going to pull through. They didn't have, St. Joseph's baby aspirin or anything like that, or tussin, give you some tussin, right? They didn't have it. So, it is what it is. I feel like this might be that type of person. Anyway, there feels like there's some revenge here. There's some anger in here. We'll see when we clarify. Potential final outcome for you. It's red with the big show here. Yeah. The King of Cups. Well, I mean, on the surface, you're going to have to be the bigger person here. I got that. I don't know. I'm going to clarify that. I don't want to... I still feel... I don't know. I feel like you should be... I feel like I should warn you not to fall for this. Okay? Be a little bit restrictive. Stay a little more on the rocks than in the water. This person might tug at your heartstrings to come in from out of the cold. Okay? I feel better if you're on the rocks. All right? If you're a King of Cups who's a little more on land than in water. All right? All right, let's pull on the big show. Let's go. And I swear to God, I didn't plant this. I didn't plan it. I still think I'm right here about the revenge aspect. The bottom of the deck, randomly, is a fucking devil. All right? I'm just telling you, that means something. It's there. All right, let's go. Six of Pentacles. All right. Whatever. You do what you want to do. Position 6. The Virgo slice. You don't have to be a Virgo. It's just like the weekly reading. It's just one angle on the cycle. But it's very strange. It has this energy of, you've got people around you, if you identify with this slice of energy, or you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, in this soulmate cycle, having a lot of Virgo in your chart, or identifying, resonating with this particular slice number 6 of our 12 slice pie, tends to make people resent or want your attention and then resent it when they don't get it. It's very strange. And then when you do give them the attention, something goes wrong. It doesn't quite go right. It's not, you finally agree to go out with them and it's not a good date, or something. Or your energies don't mesh well. It's very strange. It's just a tendency. It's not 100%. So I'm just pointing it out in case that applies to you. And you're wondering why stuff like that always happen. Well, now you know. It's just the energy. It's the way it's blended. Your energy is blending with the soulmate cycle energy. Okay? That's all. 6 of Pentacles. Let's talk about the show. Give me the show. What's the show? Yeah. The Emperor. What did I say? Rewind. I said he called the press. Wants to look like the big man given to the children. He called the press in advance, right? Got the hairy chest thing and the whole king robe thing here with the hat. And oh my God. It's about big man, right? Little man trying to be big man. It's all about the big show. What's on top? The Queen of Pentacles. It's all for you. That's your energy sitting there. It's all for you. Right? You show up as Queen of Pentacles a lot in my readings. There it is. Why is that here? The 2 of Pentacles. Because somebody's frustrated. Somebody is frustrated and confused. Right? They're frustrated, confused, don't know what to round and round and round. I think the Witches depicts this better when it's showing the heat of the round and round. They're fucking frustrated. Why? Because they can't get your attention. They're out in the cold. And they feel like if they don't do something big, they're going to stay out in the cold. And you're afraid you're just going to ignore them. And they're going to be stuck sitting there looking stupid right outside your house, holding a bunch of pentacles. Right? You can't even hear them knocking. That's how little you pay attention to whoever this person is. I can feel their frustration here. I can. Which is why, I don't know. Be careful here. They might come in with a sob story. That could be the big show. It could be. I don't know. When I see a King of Cups as your final outcome, I know somebody's going to try and push your throne, your little shell throne here into the water. If they can do that, they can probably manipulate you a little bit with a sob story or whatever. So again, I'm telling you that because this energy here is going to try and catch you at a vulnerable moment. All right, so they just want your attention. I don't know what it is. They're very upset that they don't have your attention. So take my advice. Put up some blocks a little bit. Be a little bit, put up some boundaries this week, this month. The month of May, especially this week in particular. The first week of May, we'll say. Okay? So next week, May, 3rd through the whatever. Okay? Put up some boundaries. Set some boundaries for yourself. Get your shell throne up on the fucking rocks. All right? Let's pull on your shell throne. Let's just get to it. Tell me about it. I've probably already given you the reading, but it is what it is. I don't know who this is. And you know what? Neither do you. Why? Because you don't notice this motherfucker. They've been banging on your door for fucking half the day. You're home. Okay? And they finally just feel stupid and gave up and sat there out in the cold. All right? I mean, I don't know. You don't notice them. They're going to do something grand to get you to notice them. But I think it's a sob play, a sob story play, a watery play. Okay? I do. All right. I do. Well, why do I say that with all these Steve, panicle. How are you saying it's a water play? These are read together. This is a water play. It might be panicle, but look at that. Why would he call the press and say, I'm going to be giving to these kids? People feel bad for these kids. Oh, the little kids that he's giving, I'll give too. That kind of shit. That's the psychology they use on those commercials that make you donate, right? I mean, they don't show you the grown-up driving around in the Range Rover or the Ferrari. They show you the sad little kids in the little houses and the huts and oh my God, I got to give to that. Then they show you this guy giving, and you're like, well, I could be as good as that asshole. I'm going to give. It's all psychology. But I'm not saying this person's doing any kind of psychology on purpose on you, but they kind of are subconsciously. I don't know. It's just what I get here. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It could be future influence for you. I wouldn't write it off. If you're here for a reason. Could be future influence. Might not happen yet. Think about someone you don't pay much attention to, but they try to get your attention. Either in the future, again, pay attention, or something right now. Let's say it's the mail boy at work, right? The little guy who goes around with the mail cart at your office, and they drop something off at your desk. Your desk is the only one they stop at and want to chat or ask you a question about something. And what do? Yeah, okay. Oh, thank you. Bye-bye. You ignore them. You do something like that. You don't really give them any attention. So if somebody's giving you a shit ton of energy and you're not giving anything back, that gets frustrating. Over time, that builds. It built so much in this person, their ass came from the back to the front. Okay? That's how frustrating it is. I felt the cold here, right? I feel the, almost embarrassment here, right? I mean, it's the best way I can describe it to you. We do it all the time. There's nothing wrong with you. It's mostly just most people's energy. Most people, their energy isn't noticeable. It's not memorable. We don't remember them. It's just the way it is. It's why I tell you all the time I get followed around by security when I go to the grocery store. In fact, it just happened a couple of days ago. My wife and I went to the grocery store. Fucking security guard looking at me like I'm some kind of gangbanger. So I had my black hat on backwards and I hadn't shaved for a few days. Maybe I looked a little badass. I don't know. But he's following me around. There are people in there who look far more badass than me. Okay, let me tell you that. So at the end of the day, it's just because my energy attracts people. And that confuses people because most people's energy doesn't attract people. So they don't know how to react to it. You are an energy that attracts people. You have to deal with that. And when you ignore people who are ignored, they get frustrated. That's all. Tell me about the King of Cups. Just trying to teach you something about energy and maybe about your energy. I can tell you right now I'm 100% right just looking at the bottom card I have here. It's the Hierophant. Look, welcome to my fucking world. I'll tell you what. Most people's energy is forgettable. Don't even fucking remember it. All right? It's like shredding on the guitar. You've got these guys, they shred. They put like 32 notes in one measure. Blazing through the fretboard. It's not memorable. There's no classic solos that are shredding. You remember David Gilmour, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb guitar solo. You remember Jimmy Page's Stairway to Heaven guitar solo or something like that. You don't remember 32 notes a measure, in one little measure of music. It's not memorable. Most people are shredding. They're just not memorable. They're all the same. They all just sort of blend together. It all looks the same, sounds the same. They are what they are. You're unique. You're Comfortably Numb. How about that? All right? You're David Gilmour's Comfortably Numb solo. You are. You're someone very, very, your energy is very, very attractive to this person. All right? They're going to try to get your attention for sure. You should know that about yourself beyond this person. It'll explain a lot of the things that might happen to you. And again, for some of you, this hasn't kicked in yet. This is future influence. All right? When your energy is like this, you have to pay more attention. You have to be more attentive. Otherwise, people will get pissy and they'll get vengeful because most people are just tiny little shits like this. Energetically, they are. All right? What's on top? And you certainly are not. What's on top? Tower. Why is that here? That's red with you. Somebody's going to shock you. Somebody's going to try to get your attention. Why is that here? The star. And that's red with that. This person's been trying to manifest you, trying to dream about you, trying to get your attention, trying to what? just trying, and they never succeed. They never succeed. And that's what they feel about you. There's the Empress, is the bridging energy. Right? And wanting to come out with the Empress is the Knight of Wands. Again, they feel like you don't notice them. They feel like you came in with the breeze on Sunday morning and blew out. That's it. Without any warning. There you go. Gone. Hey, that's what I get here. So what are they going to try and do? I don't know. They're going to do something towery to try to get your attention. And again, my advice to you, I would take my advice if I were you. I would put up some blocks. I would set some boundaries this week. What does that mean? Does that mean put a wall around your desk at work or start being an asshole all the time? No. It just means put up some boundaries. Be consciously aware. Be a little bit more grounded in the energy rather than watery in the energy. It implies that the tendency for you in the coming month might be to be a bit more watery than usual. All right? So keep that in mind. That's all. Just put up some boundaries, whatever it is you need to do. Take care of you. All right? It's a time for you to take care of you so that you can take care of other people. It's that kind of thing. I'm going to see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you, but I don't know. Let's just see. All right? I have no idea. I would not let this... Why don't we want to let this person in? Let's ask. Okay? Why don't I want this little guy to come trim my privet hedge? Why don't I want to give this guy too much or fall for their propaganda here too much? Why? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. What do you want to tell my people before we go? Anything? Anything? It came back. It came back. It's the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. I shit you not. It came back. And look what's at the top. It's the devil. Look, I'm not making this stuff up. I don't know how to describe exactly what's happening to you. I hope to God, whatever God you believe in, that you can catch my drift here. But I just shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, and I picked this up. This was obviously at the bottom because it was our overall energy. And I shuffled and I shuffled and I shuffled and I talked and I said what I wanted. Why do we not want to let this little guy in the yard to trim the privet hedge? Why do we not want to fall for this person's story? What's the big deal? Why can't we just let them in? Right? Because that is why. Because this person here... I think the easiest way to... you're going to learn a lesson. This person will rob you blind in some capacity. Either emotionally, they'll rob you blind, or financially, they'll rob you blind, or they'll put little hidden cameras in your bushes. I don't know. Whatever the case here. Look, even at the bottom, I got a devil crossed by your independence. You learn a lesson. And it's a false victory. It's a Five of Swords. It may seem like it's no big deal. These are energies here that tell me it seems like it's no big deal, but it ends up being a very big deal very fucking quickly. And you're like, oh my God, you know. I will say, based on the energy here, whoever this person is, when you do notice them, because they make you notice them, you may not want to imagine that he looks like such a nice little boy, doesn't he? Right? He looks like such a nice kid. He doesn't want to look fully at it. You need to look fully at it. And that's what I'm talking about here with the King of Cups. We get your fucking shell thrown out the damn water on the rocks. All right? Put up some boundaries. I'm just trying to help you. For some of you, this is future influence. But I've given you as many tips as I can, all right, as far as who it could be or how people like this tend to manifest. Usually it's somebody who's sending us a shit ton of energy and we're not noticing it, so we're not returning anything. It leads to an energy of despair. It's sort of like how you might have felt when somebody's running from you and you're watching tarot readings to find out how they feel. Sometimes that can lead to despair. Love that's... unreciprocated love, right? Love that isn't given back equals despair. The person who's giving and not getting anything back ends up in an energy of despair. And that's what I kind of have here. I have someone who's very, very frustrated in an energy of despair. You know, They either in the future or have been throwing you a shit ton of energy, and you haven't noticed them. You haven't at all. And it's not your fault. Again, most people, very unnoticeable, their energy. It is. I make a conscious effort to notice them, but if I didn't, I wouldn't. And I don't imagine most of you notice most of the people you interact with throughout the day. It is nothing wrong with that. It's fine. It's perfectly normal. All right? That's your reading. It's just sometimes they react this way. If they, maybe this person thinks they're great. Who knows? I have no idea. Either way, I can't say I don't have a devil. I do. All right? I think it ends up being a hard Five of Swords and my student is a hard-learned lesson. All right? It really is. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Just put up some boundaries. That's all you got to do. Okay? Good luck.